Hey everybody, so welcome back to my channel. So I just want to hop on real quick and talk to y'all today a little bit about, and y'all excuse the stains on my shirt. I just was drinking some water or something. But I want to talk about easily offended. And this kind of came to mind today as I was, thinking about what to talk about today. And so have you ever had a conversation with someone or even known somebody who um, you know, y'all can talk about anything and everything under the sun, right? But this person is always offended. And when I say easily offended, I mean you could say anything to this person and they're in an uproar. Or if they're not in an uproar, they're passive aggressive. They become quiet, they become silent, they no longer speak or respond to you. Just their demeanor switches up, right? And you can always kind of pick the energy up of a person who's easily offended, who's kind of triggered by something that you said, and I want to talk about that. And so it's important, y'all. You know that as we mature, or as we should be maturing as we get older, that we can have healthy conversations with one another. You know, we should be able to, and especially if you are a believer in Christ, right? We should be able to, number one, have healthy conversations and debates with one another without somebody getting offended. We should be able to correct one another without someone getting offended. And if we are offended, we should be able to go and talk to our brother or sister about it if we are offended, right? If that's an issue. But I want to talk, I'm primarily speaking to people and speaking about people who they're all good with you and everything's good. They'll talk to you about any and everything under the sun until you say something, point something out, or correct something um, in them, or you correct something that they said or something that they did. You point something out, and then all of a sudden now there's this, now their demeanor switches, and you know what I'm talking about. Like you could talk to this person like y'all good until you say something that they didn't like. And I've experienced this with a number of people, and um, I've learned that whenever I am dealing with a person who is easily offended, the best thing to do with these types of people is really just, you kind of really just have to get away from them. Because a lot of times, anybody who's easily offended, they don't reason well. And so they can only be good with you or okay with you as long as you see things their way, as long as you 100% agree with everything they have to say. And it kind of forces you into a place of being a yes man. And I'm definitely no one's yes man. And so these types of individuals, you really got to be careful around them, because if you are not, what happens is if you don't agree with everything they say, you don't like everything that they said, you don't follow and go, march to the beat of their drum, then now all of a sudden they got a problem with you. There's an issue. And now conversations are weird, or they just stop speaking to you altogether. Their energy shifts. And I do not I don't like that. And I'm gonna just put it out there flat out. I don't really care for that. Because what you ain't gonna do is have me walking on eggshells around you. Especially if we're having a conversation of any sorts. People should be able to disagree with you without you switching up, acting funny, changing up in your demeanor, acting, switching up on a person because you didn't like what was said. And I feel like it just all kind of comes with a level of maturity at a certain age or at a certain point in life. Like, and let's be real. Not everybody matures. Age is just nothing but a number. I've learned that from experience that everybody doesn't mature. Everybody doesn't grow up. Age really is nothing but just a number. There's a whole lot of old fools out here who are still doing the same stupid stuff. So let's just correct that. But I feel as adults, I'm not talking about kids or teenagers, I'm talking about adults, we should be able to have conversations or, disagree with one another. And I either don't have to worry about you either posting something up on social media or, saying something passive aggressive, because you can always kind of tell when somebody's aiming something towards you passive aggressively, rather than just being direct. They could come to you and just say, hey, I didn't really, like what was said, or I didn't agree with that, or whatever the case was. Excuse me. or whatever the case was, or just whatever. But some people don't know how to handle that. And whenever I'm around a person who cannot handle correction, or who cannot handle being disagreed with, I know automatically my guards go up. And it's because I know that if I'm not marching to your beat, the beat of your drum, if I'm not doing everything you want me to do, we're gonna always have a problem. And people are okay with you as long. A lot of times I found something out. A lot of times people are okay with you as long as you agree 100% with them. I actually had a friend like this back in the day, who we were friends for many, many years, and I remember we were having a discussion about something that I had actually pointed something out that she had did that was just not right, and I called her out on it. And if I'm your friend, and I feel like anybody who considers themselves a friend per se, now especially if you're a friend, you should be able to call you out, and then the friendship's not weird after that, right? But not everybody sees things that way. Well, I had a friend like this. I actually called her out on something that she did that I did not agree with, and that she was very much clearly wrong about, and she did not like that. And I remember her telling me and saying, she didn't like the fact that I disagreed with her. And so in response, this is what she said to me. I just want you to just support me. And let's get something straight. Agreeing and supporting are two totally different things. They are not the same thing. So a lot of y'all have friends around you who really are not your friends. They just won't. A lot of y'all have friends around you who are really just your fans. They agree with everything you say. Y'all are only cool because you are a yes person. You're a yes man, a yes, whatever, yes person, yes man, and you agree to everything this person says, and you never call them or correct them out on anything. That's not a friend. And so understand and know that agreeing and supporting are two totally different things. I can agree with you without, I can support you without agreeing with what you're doing. Example, I can support you while you decide to move to another state without a job by helping you pack your things and praying for you along the way. Now, in turn, I may not support your decision in moving to this other state without a job or not having things lined up before you go, but I'm supporting you by praying for you and helping you pack your things along the way. I don't agree with your decision, but you see what I'm saying? So if I just, I just want you to kind of be mindful of the people around you. To just be mindful of that. Be mindful of people who are easily offended and easily bothered the moment you disagree with something they say. Because we should be able to have conversations and disagree with one another without somebody being highly offended and then acting funny, their energy shifting and changing towards you. I ain't got time for that. And so I don't like people who are passive aggressive. I don't like people who are, if I said something to offend you, call me out on it. Let me know, hey, you bother me with that, but don't become passive aggressive about it. And don't start this whole weird thing where now all of a sudden you're not talking or speaking to me now because you feel some type of way. Don't like that. Because I'm very straightforward. I don't do passive aggressive. I'm aggressive. So I don't believe in passive aggression. So I feel like, at some point, it really just kind of points out your immaturity if you get bothered or offended. You get hot and bothered and offended every time somebody don't agree with everything you have to say. We just don't have to. We don't have to agree. And I think that at some point, you got to grow up. Grow up. Because everybody ain't going to agree with everything you say. It's just not even realistic.